Hello my dear students, I welcome you all to our channel Learn 24. So in my last class I have told you that I will be teaching you the structure of sperms, right? So the sperm structure is basically divided into various parts. It consists of 4 parts to be precise. Okay, so sperm consists of 4 parts and those 4 parts are head, neck, middle piece and a tail. Now each of this part has its own function. So we will be discussing those functions in this class today. Okay, so let's just see the structure of the entire sperm first. So here you can see this entire structure is a head, and then here this is the neck, and then this is the middle piece, and then here you can see the tail, or you can call it as flagellum. This entire structure is a tail. Now let's start talking about each and every one of them one by one. So talking about head first, here you can see the head. Head consists of an acrosome at the tip, then there is a huge nucleus which is present, and then there is a centriole. So talking about the shape of the head, you can see the shape of the head is somewhat oval in shape, right? So the shape of the head is oval in shape. And talking about what and all it consists of, it is composed of a large haploid nucleus. Okay, so it has a really huge haploid nucleus, and there is a small cap-like structure which is called as acrosome, which is present at the anterior end of the sperm. So this cap-like structure is called as the acrosome, which is present at the topmost tip of the sperm itself. Now talking about this acrosome consists of enzymes. Okay, so inside the acrosome it contains a hydrolytic enzyme, and this hydrolytic enzyme is basically used during the contact and during the penetration of the egg with the sperm and the egg's contact. During that time this acrosome plays a really important factor. That is the process of fertilization. That is when the sperm is coming and contacting the ovum. During that time it touches the tip first, that is the acrosome is playing an important role here. Okay, so this enzyme basically help to get into the ovum, right? So this is the function of head. Now moving on towards the second part, which is the neck of the sperm itself. The neck of the sperm is short and it contains 2 centrioles. Okay, so the neck of this sperm is short and it contains 2 centrioles. The first centriole is proximal centriole. Proximal centriole is basically playing an important role in the first cleavage of zygote. So after the fertilization, a zygote is formed, right? So for the cleavage of this particular zygote, this proximal centriole is playing an important role. That is the first cleavage of zygote. Talking about the second centriole, which is the distal centriole, it doesn't have that much function, but it is playing or giving rise to the axial filament of the sperm. That is the other part where the mitochondria is present. Okay, so it is giving rise to the axial filament of the sperm. That is, it is giving rise to the middle piece of the sperm. Talking about middle piece of the sperm consists of mitochondria. Now you have learned in the lower standard also what exactly is mitochondria used for. Mitochondria is considered to be the powerhouse of sperm. Okay, so mitochondria basically provides energy to the sperm for the movement of its tail during the process of fertilization. Okay, so mitochondria is providing energy to the movement of tail, which facilitates the sperm's motility. which means for the sperm's movement, mitochondria is playing an important role here. It is providing energy to the sperm so that its tail can move. So this particular structure, you can see it is cylindrical in structure. Okay, so this shape of the middle piece is cylinder in shape. Now, talking about the tail of the sperm, that is the last part of the sperm. This tail is long and it is thin, that is, it is slender in structure. Okay, so the shape of the tail is long and slender. Okay, so this is the tail, and this tail is basically helping in the movement, or the motility of the sperm is completely dependent upon the tail itself. The tail is not moving, then the sperm is not swimming. Alright. Next, talking about humans, how many sperms a human is capable of ejaculating. Talking about that, human can ejaculate about 200 to 300 million sperms. Okay, so a proper human or a normal human can ejaculate 200 to 300 million sperms, and in that sperms, for the normal fertility to take place, 60% of them should have normal shape and size, and in that 40% of them should show vigorous motility or vigorous movement. Okay, so for the normal fertility, 60% of them should have normal shape and size, and 40% of them should show vigorous motility. Okay, so talking about the sperm itself, the sperm is released from the seminiferous tubule. This particular knowledge we already had in the previous videos, right? So the sperm is released from the seminiferous tubule and is transported by the accessory duct. Again, we have learned that why the accessory duct are helping in the sperm's transportation, right? We have studied about the entire structure. So that is why it's really important for doing the revision of the previous videos, so that you can memorize each and everything, so that you can learn ahead, right? So talking about the sperm, it is released from the seminiferous tubule and is transported by the accessory duct. Now, the secretion of this duct, that is the secretion of epididymis, vasa deferens, and also some of the glands, which is the seminal vesicle and prostate gland, these secretion are really essential for the sperm to get matured and to attain motility. Okay, so the secretion of the epididymis, vasa deferens, and some of the glands, which is seminal vesicle and prostate, it is really essential for the maturation and the motility of a sperm itself. Now, talking about sperm, when the seminal plasma and sperm together mix, it makes the semen. So semen consists of seminal plasma, along with that sperms are there in it. Okay, so again, talking about the function of male accessory duct and glands is nothing but to maintain the testicular hormone, which is nothing but the androgens. Okay, this is a repeated information, so you have to learn, you should know all of this basic facts about the entire male's reproductive system. Okay, so the function of male accessory duct and the gland is basically to maintain the testicular hormone, which is androgens, and androgens are helping to stimulate the process of spermatogenesis. Okay, so this was the entire structure of sperm. Along with that, we understood why, what and all should be involved when we are talking about the normal fertility, right? There is 60% should have, 60% of the sperms should have normal shape and size, and 40% of them should show rigorous motility. Okay, along with that, we have also learned why various glands or accessory duct are really important in case of sperm's development. Okay, so this was it. So we have already covered the entire process which is involved or related to male. Now, next we'll be learning about females. Okay, so we'll be learning about how the female gamete is formed. That is the process of oogenesis in our next class. So I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.